Hey everybody, this is RCK and I'm glad to have you back here again. Today we're going to be going over the rest of our Asphodel game. I think I might be able to fit one or two more episodes out of this. As of right now, if you watched the last episode, for a little recap, we had a fairly big fight with Calum and we threw them off of our capital, both taking fairly heavy losses, mine being mostly chaff and the Dryad Hags, whereas he lost a lot of mages and troops. Next, you see that they do have another large army beside this, both being Calum in Joltenheim forces. As of this, we are on turn 38. I believe when I clicked on the turn save file, it says I'm clicking on turn 37, but I'm actually clicking on turn 38. It's because I missed that previous turn that we looked over just last video. And so that caused me from missing that turn to mess up my numbering. So that was definitely unfortunate. I could probably go in there and change all the numbers, but it's okay just being one behind, so we'll have to remember to click on turn 38 whenever we're done with this turn. So as far as our defense goes, we'll go ahead and look through the army setup tab here. Poison ward. Most everyone's on researching right now and reanimating, just because we do have a small break from us breaking out of the siege just this turn, or actually last turn. Or was it this turn? We'll watch. Oh, there was a battle in Asphodel and there was a battle in Cracked Earth. Looks like we're being raided, and then we will watch the Asphodel one. We might have been getting pinged. Yep, we were getting pinged by this chief here. And we only had one PD, which we win, of course. I guess they just wanted to ping and see if I was still patrolling, since they lost a fairly significant force last turn. There is a lot of troops here. Hopefully enough we'll be able to keep repelling them from our fortress. And we will go ahead and go to the next turn, which will be turn 39. And like I said, we have to click 38 to see 39. I think I fixed that later on. I noticed that. So there was a battle here in Asphodel. This is just them coming onto our fortress, of course. 282 troops, 250 Spirehorn warriors, and then 9 mages, 4 generals. Not too bad. They just killed 1 PD in the unexpected event, so we lost gold. That is great. Asphodel has been breached again, so they will be able to storm the fort this turn. That's why we will be breaking out again. We definitely do not want them to get the upper hand. We definitely want to fight them on our terms. And we are still trying our best to get to Alteration 6, which will give us Darkness, guys. Darkness will really help out turning the tides of the battle, especially the attack skill, defense skill side of it, to definitely in our favor. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say in our favor, but we'll definitely even it out, because all of our chaff might have attack skill 6 or defense skill 7 and things such as that, whereas theirs are sitting at attack skill 10, defense skill 10 at least, some being higher. So we definitely want to try to even the board out for that, and Darkness will definitely help out. But since we are under siege, our reanimators cannot reanimate. We are trying to get as much research as we can in, while also sending out enough mages to fully cover us. It looks like I did not send out my Foul Vapors. I definitely should have. I think that was a mistake. I think he should have been on Break Siege. Maybe he did. Maybe I changed it later on. I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, we will go ahead and look at our army setup for what we're doing. We're sending out people to cast Poison Ward for us, like Foul Vapors, and then Horde of Skeletons. We're sending out a bunch of Swarm Casters just to kind of get more bodies on the field. We definitely want to kind of be less surrounded than we are. We definitely want to outnumber them. As we scroll down here, we have more Swarm Casters. We have more Horde of Skeletons, Animate Skeleton Casters, Horde Skeletons Casters. We more than likely have to give him a Death Gem for each time he casts Horde of Skeletons, and that's really, we're down to the wire here. We have to make this work, you know. We might as well use up all of our gems before we die. Foul Vapor Swarm. Swarm, Horde of Skeletons. Horde of Skeletons. Poison Ward. All of our chaff here in square formations, along with all of our centaurs and things like that. These guys in the back, I know they have pretty high HP, so maybe they will target some of these mammoths and kind of fly really far back. But I definitely want all of our centaurs kind of here in the middle with all of our poison ward casters, so when we do cast foul vapors, that they will be protected from it. But I think we actually do miss the foul vapors breaking siege with the foul vapors, even though we put gems on them. Like, he wasn't researching, he was just on defend. I feel like we probably misclicked and had the guy not break siege this turn, unfortunately. But we will definitely try our best. Hopefully he does. I do not remember what the next turn was. And then anything that's not, like these guys here, they're over to the side just because they are not bothered by foul vapors. And that was kind of my idea around that. So, not too much more to say about this turn. We will go ahead and end turn and go to turn 40. Alright, we have a battle here in Asphodel. We have another battle here in Asphodel. And then we have a battle here in Jordana. And this looks like a Joltenheim werewolf. They're just taking out PD. So we'll watch the first one here, of course. Probably shouldn't have it on too fast forward. But yeah, they put up Natural Storm, then they put up Perpetual Storm, and I see a lot of air elementals. Hopefully enough, all of our swarms and all of our skeleton hordes will help us out. It looks like we are fighting the air elementals. I wish the centaurs weren't, because they do not have magical weapons and they do not have spirit sight, so that's unfortunate. I think spirit sight, maybe not. Maybe spirit sight doesn't matter as much. But still, we took them out pretty fast. Probably took significant losses as well. Only losing 102. We did lose 2 black dryads, unfortunate, but no, I wonder where that dryad hag is. I bet that's not the one. We must have sent in the wrong one for Val Vapors. Let me just look and see. It's right there. Yep, we sent the wrong one in to do Foul Vapors, so that is unfortunate. Maybe we would have took less losses, I'm not entirely sure. But they have taken pretty significant losses. It looks like their Perpetual Storm killed a lot of skeletons, killed a lot of swarm bugs, whereas we didn't take as many losses this time as we did last time. And they lost a good amount of troops here, so very good for us. And now we will watch the Joltenheim Battle, or Joltenheim. I think it's Joltenheim, but it could be Joltenheim. Pretty or same thing here, and they have a lot of troops here, guys. I did not consider that. Probably should have put more gems, but due to the fact of us not bringing the swarm caster, no, foul vapors caster, it didn't really matter how many gems we had on them because we couldn't be able to do it anyway. I'll just go ahead and put it on fast forward because this is a fairly large one. You see the elephants trampling in and just dying very, very fast. Just due to these either high attack density Joltenheim troops that they have or the hard-hitting giant troops that they have. Lots of banishment coming down, definitely hurting us a lot. But with all of the horde of skeletons, guys, this is what I really planned on here. You see all of these soulless, and there's some skeletons here and there, but it looks like they've changed to soulless casting. So interesting. But we are definitely stalling them out. They are not able to get around us to our mages. They're not really able to kill our troops fast enough for them to rout. And even though some of our troops may be routing, all of the waves and waves of skeletons coming in is stopping them from routing just because they can't leave. So very, very interesting here. And we are definitely turning the tide on this battle. Even with them having ethereal troops and the rest of it, just from them casting ethereal, or having these really powerful mages slash super combatants here. Not really super combatant just due to the type of equipment he has on, but still. And they are routing. Good. But I feel like we definitely took a lot of losses from that battle, guys. Definitely not the best. We lost 180 that time, and they lost 237. 61 being long dead giant, so yes, it did take gems for them to cast that, but still. Another 69 being long dead, 40 Vedis, 51 Herdman at 50 gold apiece is pretty expensive, guys. Because, I mean, technically enough, you're looking at Spirehorn Warrior being 10 gold, and what they lose, they lost 270, so they're looking at 2,700 gold, whereas each one of these is 50 gold apiece, so 10s being 500, so 500 times 5, got 2,500 there, and just those. And then these are 40 apiece, he lost 6. He lost a hearse, which is 75 gold. He lost 40 Vedis at 70 gold apiece. So overall, I feel like Joltenheim took a, well, if you factor in the mages that Calum lost as well, being 125 gold apiece and 255 gold, 70 gold there, 15 gold apiece there, they probably about even themselves out. Maybe Calum is a little bit higher just due to the fact of him losing more mages, but other than that, very heavy losses on both sides. We will go back and look. We have province income of plus 10, so that's great, I guess. But very dispersed units here, guys. Very good. Maybe it will take them time to kind of pull their troops back together, give us a little bit more time, put one more PD down. Having all of our troops on reanimate, everyone else on research. Definitely trying our best to hit alteration 6, and we will get it this turn. Hopefully it will help us out. Our god here will be able to cast that for sure. So overall, very, very good turn for us, being able to hold them back another turn. And I will go into our last turn here. I believe since we did 38, 39, this is 40. And then our next turn will be 41. That will be our 4 turns for this episode. Trying to do them rather fast because there's not much going on but the large battles here. So, is there any globals up? Mother Oak was put up by Mickland. Riches from Beneath put up by Urk. Interesting. Or Urk. I don't know which one that is. But either way, we will go ahead and go. Too bad we did not take our Foul Vapors caster with us. But we will go ahead and head over to turn 41. Let's see, 41. And this is when I recognized the fact that we were naming them the wrong way. So 41 should be 41. We have another battle here in Asphodel. And that's them just jumping back onto the fort. The only reason I clicked on it to go ahead and show you was because there was no real reason of me not doing it, since I knew that we were not patrolling this turn. They still have tons and tons of troops. Well, 242, but still lots of troops. And I don't think that our chaff really was able to recuperate as much this turn. We're only looking at 116 troops at this point, so very low, very low. We do have alteration research at this point. I will go ahead and look. Like I said, putting gems on for Horde of Skeletons cast. We are coming out with all of our Carrion Centaurs just to throw them into the battle. Because if we lose this, it doesn't matter how many of those guys we have, we lost. And this is looking very, very grim for us at this point. Just scrolling through our battle here, or our setup that we have before the battle. More swarms, more Horde of Skeletons. We are bringing our Foul Vapors caster. We are bringing our Darkness caster. Every priest that we have, of course. The rest of the army. Very, very few centaurs left here. And hopefully enough, we will be able to break out of this still, guys. I will definitely come back next episode and watch the rest of the battles that we have going on. We will definitely try to make it a very difficult one for Calum and Joltenheim to take us, or take our capital for sure. We're trying our best to last as long as we can. We've used up every gem that we can use. We've probably alchemized them down so there's only one of each one, because we can't alchemize one. We have to have two to actually alchemize it, just to try to put up the maximum amount that we can, because we're only getting one death gem a turn, so we cannot do this Horde of Skeletons thing again. And then 6 nature gems a turn, very, very low. I do believe I messaged somebody about sending me death gems, and I sent them stuff in return, so I can get more death gems for darkness or something. I can't remember, but I know we did not receive any, no. So yeah, I'm sure I message out to people and try to buy some death gems for sure. We do have some magical items here. I probably could barter with those as well. So that was the last turn for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to come back for the next one. We'll be having more episodes. Other than that, I will probably be having like an Omniscience game going on, Omnisire game going on, where I watch all the battles going on and watch other people play. I have 2 save games I'm currently saving, so that is a possibility of coming up in the future. I know I need to finish up some more of the national overviews and guides and stuff like that, while also doing some of the expansion videos, so keep an eye out for those. I know everyone seems to enjoy those fairly much. But have a good one, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.